Imagine walking home alone at night. The streets are empty, your footsteps echo in the darkness. Then you see it, floating toward you in the shadows. Not a ghost, not a demon, just a head, rolling across the ground, searching for you. Or maybe it's worse. Maybe it's just an arm, crawling, grabbing, dragging itself toward you with inhuman strength. This isn't a modern horror movie. This is a nightmare that's haunted the Philippines for centuries, a creature so terrifying, so bizarre, that it can literally tear itself apart and use its own body parts as weapons. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most disturbing creatures in Philippine folklore. This is the Magpuputo, and trust me, it's not what you think. Before we get into the nightmare fuel, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a Magpuputo? The Magpuputo is a nocturnal being that appears in human form, but here's where it gets weird. This creature has the ability to dismember its own body parts and use them independently to frighten people. We're talking about a head that can roll along the ground, arms that crawl like spiders, hands that can grab you from the darkness, body parts that move with their own sinister purpose. The word Magpuputo likely comes from putul, which means to cut or severed in Tagalog. So, essentially, Magpuputo translates to one who cuts or the severed one. Pretty accurate when you think about what this thing does. Like many Philippine mythological creatures, the Magpuputo's origins are rooted in pre-colonial beliefs, animistic traditions, and the dark corners of rural storytelling. These tales were passed down through generations, usually as warnings to children. Don't stay out after dark, or the Magpuputo will get you. But here's the thing about folklore. It doesn't just appear out of nowhere. These stories often reflect real fears, real dangers, and real aspects of the culture that created them. Now, let's talk about what makes the Magpuputo truly terrifying, because it's not just about body parts floating around, it's about how it hunts. The Magpuputo is nocturnal, which means it's active at night. During the day, it appears completely normal. It could be your neighbor, your friend, that person you passed on the street. You'd never know, but when the sun goes down, that's when the transformation happens. According to folklore, the Magpuputo finds a secluded spot and begins the dismemberment process. One by one, it detaches its body parts. The arms come off, the legs separate, and the head just rolls, free. Here's what makes this creature nightmare fuel. Each body part operates independently, but with a shared goal to frighten and terrorize. The crawling hand. Imagine you're walking home, you feel something grab your ankle, you look down, and it's just a hand, no body attached, just fingers wrapping around your leg with impossible strength. You kick it away, but it keeps coming, crawling, persistent, relentless. The rolling head. This is perhaps the most iconic image of the Magpuputo, a head rolling through the streets like a grotesque bowling ball. But it's not mindless. It's watching you, following you, and according to some versions of the legend, it can even speak, whispering your name from the shadows. This is where the folklore gets interesting. Unlike the Manananggal, which hunts pregnant women to consume their unborn children, the Magpuputo's motivation is simpler and somehow more unsettling. It just wants to frighten people. That's it. Pure terror for terror's sake. Some versions say it feeds on fear. Others suggest it's cursed to wander the night, unable to rest. A few tales hint that the Magpuputo was once human, someone who practiced dark magic and was transformed. As punishment, but the most disturbing interpretation. The Magpuputo does it because it can. Because in the depths of night, when humans are vulnerable, it enjoys reminding us that we're not alone in the darkness. So why does this creature exist in Philippine mythology? What does it represent? Because folklore isn't just about scary stories, it's about culture, values, and the human experience. The Philippines has a rich tradition of body horror in its mythology. From the Manananggal's split torso to the Tiktik's extendable tongue, there's something about dismemberment and bodily transformation that resonates in Filipino storytelling. Some scholars suggest this reflects colonization trauma. The Philippines endured centuries of colonial rule, Spanish, American, Japanese. The imagery of bodies being torn apart might symbolize the fragmentation of cultural identity, the duality of human nature. By day, we're normal. By night, our darker impulses emerge. The Magpuputo literally embodies this split personality. Fear of the unknown. In rural areas, without electricity, night was genuinely dangerous. These stories helped people make sense of strange sounds, shadows, and disappearances. Today, the Magpuputo appears in Philippine horror films and TV shows, comic books, and graphic novels, video games featuring Philippine mythology, contemporary literature reimagining classic creatures. Some modern takes present the Magpuputo sympathetically, perhaps, as a cursed individual seeking release, or a misunderstood creature acting on instinct rather than malice. All right, let's get practical. Say you're visiting the Philippines, exploring the countryside at night, and you encounter what might be a magpupo. What do? Salt. Like many supernatural creatures, the Magpuputo is said to be repelled by salt. Sprinkling salt across doorways and windowsills can prevent body parts from entering your home. Some stories say salt burns the dismembered parts. 2. Garlic. Yes, like vampires. Garlic cloves worn around the neck or placed in pockets offer protection. The strong smell is believed to confuse or repel the creature. 3. Holy items. Crosses, rosaries, holy water. The influence of Spanish Catholicism on Philippine folklore means religious items are often cited as protection. Though remember, the Magpuputo predates Christianity in the Philippines, so pre-colonial remedies might be more authentic. For bunted Pagi stingray tail, in some regions, a dried stingray tail is used as a whip against supernatural creatures. The tail is believed to have special properties that can harm or drive away evil beings. 5. Staying indoors, the simplest solution. Don't go out at night. The Magpuputo hunts in darkness, so staying inside with doors and windows secured is your best bet. What not to do? Don't run. Some versions say the Magpuputo is attracted to fear and panicked movement. Running might trigger a chase response. Don't look it in the eyes. If you encounter the rolling head, avoid direct eye contact. Some tales claim it can hypnotize victims. Don't touch the parts. If you see a dismembered hand or arm, don't touch it. Even severed, these parts are dangerous and might grab you. So what have we learned about the Magpuputo? It's a creature that embodies our deepest fears, the fear of darkness, of things that shouldn't be alive, moving with purpose, of the familiar human form twisted into something monstrous. The Magpuputo reminds us that in Philippine folklore, horror doesn't always come from external monsters. Sometimes it comes from within, from the human form itself, fragmented and weaponized. Whether you believe in the literal existence of the Magpuputo or see it as a fascinating cultural artifact, there's no denying its power as a story. It's survived centuries of colonization, modernization, and globalization. It's adapted to new media while maintaining its core, terrifying concept. And maybe that's the real horror. Not that a creature can dismember itself and hunt in the night, but that we can't seem to stop telling stories about it. As if somewhere deep in our collective unconscious, we know that the darkness hides things we can't explain. Things that roll toward us in the night. Things that reach for us with disembodied hands. The next time you're in the Philippines and the sun starts to set, maybe you'll think twice about that evening walk. Maybe you'll notice sounds you didn't before. Maybe you'll see shadows moving in ways shadows shouldn't move. And maybe, just maybe, you'll remember the Magpuputo, the dismembered terror that reminds us that some parts of the world belong to the darkness, and we're just visitors there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Philippine folklore, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Drop a comment below telling me what creature you'd like me to cover next. And hey, if you've had any strange encounters yourself, I want to hear about them. Until next time, stay safe, and maybe invest in some salt.